The happiest men over 40 are 25 pounds overweight.
How are you going to sit there and try to convince me that being happy and fat is a thing? It's not a thing. It's cope. Being fat and happy is cope. The new study came out, said that people on average, if they're 25 pounds overweight, that they're happier than people who are leaner.
The happiest men over 40 are 25 pounds overweight. And I don't want that to be true.
It's not true. That's it.
That's it. Yeah. So all of a sudden, that changes the game.
It's because they're relaxed about their lives. If you're 61, like me, and you've got washboard abs, you're making a big sacrifice.
Here's the problem. This is all cope. Let's think for a second, you and I. Do you think I would be happier if I gained 25 pounds of fat? I'm 190 pounds. All of a sudden, I'm 215. And what about Mr. Mike? If Mr. Mike was happier with 25 pounds more fat, why did he get it all sucked out by a freaking vacuum cleaner? Could it be that people are just lazy and the average person just happens to be 25 pounds overweight because they are? And so those people, they don't give a shit about their health or their appearance. And so they don't go to the gym, they don't go for a walk, they sit down, they drink beer, they perhaps have fun with their friends, they go out eat pizza, whatever. But do you really think that that makes them happier people than people who like working out? They're fit, they train for triathlons, they perhaps are bike racing with Coach Greg. They lift weights. Do you really think that people lacking discipline, who are lazy, who don't care about their future, they don't care about living longer than last time, that they're actually happier than those that do? Let's even say that they are. They are until they're not. So you're 45 years old, you're 25 pounds overweight, whatever, and you're happy. Until you go to the doctor and he says, you have type 2 diabetes. Are you happy now? People on average who are 25 pounds overweight, they don't live as long as people who are leaner. And so are you going to be happy when you're dead? Maybe temporarily in that moment in time for that segment of the population who's not thinking clearly, they're happier. Now, being 25 pounds overweight as a 30-year-old, 40, 50, it's not really that big a deal, but the effects of being overweight, they get compounded the way that interest compounds, and it's going to dramatically affect you when you get older. The wear and tear in the joints, the damage to your heart, the organs. As you get older, all of these small problems, they amplify. And so if you haven't been taking care of yourself once you get older, and I know you don't want to think about when you get old, you want to live for now. You know, YOLO, you only live once. Yeah, you only live once, and that's why it's even more important to care about it and to do the things that make you live best.
And that sacrifice might not be a healthy sacrifice for you.
And so imagine this. You have a group of people, 100 people, and 50 of them, they're overweight, 25 pounds overweight, and you survey them and you say, hey, are you happy? Yeah, pretty happy, you know. I got a decent wife, family, I have a job, and so they're happy. A different group of people, they've lost the 25 pounds, they have the six-pack, the shreds, and so on, and you survey them and you say, hey, are you happy? And many of them are going to say no. But why is that? Well, they weren't happy when they were 25 pounds overweight. And so they thought, you know, by chasing that goal, by losing that weight, it's going to then make me happy. But weight loss doesn't make you happy as a person. The people who are overweight and are not happy are thinking, well, I'm not happy. Maybe it's by losing weight that I'll become happy. It ain't it. And so they sample these people who have lost weight and they find out, hey, you're not happy. In comparison to the people that are 25 pounds overweight, they're actually happier. Yeah, but if that person then gains the 25 pounds back, they're still not going to be happy. And so it's not the fact that they lost 25 pounds that's making them unhappy. It's the fact that they're unhappy to begin with. You're never going to be fully satisfied. But what you have to do is enjoy the journey, the process. Those of you who enjoy fitness, you like working out, you take pride in it. You're doing the cardio, you're putting the fork down. Doing those things are making you feel good about yourself, and so you should keep going. You shouldn't be going to the extent that getting that six-pack, those abs, are making you miserable. Why would it make you miserable? To pursue your passion, to do what you love, somehow that makes you miserable? If going to the gym, doing cardio, lifting weights, putting the fork down, if all of that makes you miserable, why are you doing it? Like, really? You think that those people keep doing it? How many people do you think are dedicated to the gym? They're the kind of people you look around, you have a few friends out there, and you admire them. You're like, how are you so motivated? How are you so disciplined? What gets you out of bed each and every day? How can you do what you're doing? What's your secret? Do you really think that they have some kind of a secret? I'll tell you exactly what it is. They love what they do. I had this exact question asked of me yesterday at the gym. You're 50 years old and you have so much motivation. You're in the gym, you're upbeat, you're in a good mood, you're loving what you're doing. What's the secret? I'm like, you just said it. I love what I'm doing. I said, for me, going to the gym is like when you go to a great movie or you go to a fancy restaurant. Whatever you like most, that for me is fitness. Whatever you like best, that's what fitness is for me. And so do you really think I have motivation, discipline, determined? I don't have any of that stuff. I just love what I'm doing. And because I love it, I want to keep going. And just think of it. This analogy you will get. How much motivation do you need in order to have sexy time with a very hot female? She's a 9 out of 10. How hard is it to get hard for that female when that is the most exciting thing you're going to do that day? Is it really taking a lot of work? Like, you have to really, I have to motivate myself again. I have to receive a fellatio from this woman, this Monica Lewinsky. Is it really that hard? It's not that hard. And so for the gym, that's what it is for me. For me to gain 25 pounds and to say that would make you happier would be like saying to a man who's got a hot wife, girlfriend, whatever, Sharmuta, that he no longer has to have sexy time with his woman. Hey, you don't need to do that anymore. You'll be happier. What? What are you talking about? We're not having sexy time anymore? That's half of the point. If you take away what you love best, how are you going to be happier? And so to say that if you gain 25 pounds or that if you're 25 pounds overweight, that you're going to be happier than if you're not, that is pure cope, bullshit, nonsense. And remember, correlation doesn't equal causality. Just because there's correlation that people who are 25 pounds overweight are happier doesn't mean that the weight is actually causing them to be happier. It's in fact the opposite. Any of these guys who are 25 pounds overweight, if they lost some of the weight, maybe they wouldn't be happier, maybe they would. But if you're unhappy because you're fat, staying fat isn't going to help you.
The happiest men over 40 are 25 pounds overweight.
Also, they said the happiest men over 40 are 25 pounds overweight. I would like to see a lineup of people and have them claim that they're happier than me. I have a hard time believing that there's somewheres better, that it could get any better than this. What would I do? How would it somehow get better? Explain it to me, because if it's possible, I want to learn. Trust me. If I can go from a 9.9 Richter scale happiness to 10, I want to do it. What would be the secret? Do I spend more of my millions of dollars? Would Mepsigram have to what? Grow taller? What would she have to do? Guys, you have no idea what she already does.
Yeah, boy.
How am I getting happier? Maybe, another mansion. Would it be 2 mansions that makes me happier? Another sports car. Race faster on the bike. If I wear shoe inserts and I become taller? Guys, I already have the proper tan. I've got everything I could ask for. I need nothing more. I'm healthy and I'm 50 and I'm happy. And so how are you going to sit there and try to convince me that being happy and fat is a thing? It's not a thing. It's cope. And just like those stupid studies, they keep spewing us, trying to tell us things that we already know to be false. You've seen these commercials, these ads, these comments. Oh, if you're happy, fat, you're better off. If I had abs, I would be miserable. No, you wouldn't. Only if you do it incorrectly, if you starve yourself, if you don't have my freaking cookbook, perhaps if you're not on the Turk Builder Max or the GO2 Max, you're just not getting blue lobstered. If you do it all incorrectly, Maybe you've over dieted. And so, no, if you go from being 25 pounds overweight and you suddenly enjoy going to the gym and you lose the weight properly, you're not going to be less happy. If you are less happy, you probably have lower levels of testosterone. You perk. You didn't have my book. You over dieted. You did something stupid. You watched Mr. Mike as your favorite YouTuber instead of Coach Greg. People, they screw things up. But if you did screw it up, go to Algorex, get your blood work done, get doctors to prescribe you legally pharmaceutical medications at half the price of Merrick Health. How is that not going to make you happy? You save so much money, you get your enclomiphene and your Cialis, Tadalafil, the list goes on. And don't forget, code Greg, 10% off. You're going to get even happier.
You're making a big sacrifice for that. And that sacrifice might not be a healthy sacrifice for you. And that's actually worth keeping in mind because it's more important for you to actually, eat a slice of pizza with your wife.
Do you know how stupid this sounds? Like, you know that you're talking with an idiot when he says something like this. Eating a pizza with your wife doesn't mean you can't be at a healthy weight. I mean, if you actually think, I agree with them. The stupid Coach Greg, he's a friggin' manlet, moron, a friggin' snake oil salesman. What a loser that guy is. Do you really think that I can't have a slice of pizza with Mepsigram and not be 25 pounds overweight? You could replace slice with entire pizza, and I could still be at the same weight I am right now. And I'm not even talking about having the low-calorie pizza from my cookbook. Obviously, there's pizza recipes in there. You can eat the pizza, low calories. I'm talking about regular fat-ass pizza from whatever, Greco pizza, Dunkin' Donut pizza, whatever you guys buy. You eat the pizza and you eat less of something else. You eat the pizza and hey, guess what? You did your cardio, you burnt it off. This is not confusing, this is not hard, and this is the problem with society. Society thinks to have abs, to be lean, to be fit, can't ever eat pizza. Nope. It's just chicken, broccoli, and rice. I mean, we got guys like Jeremy Ethie who know nothing about weight loss. We have all these apps tracking calories when all you need to do is not eat in a surplus. How hard is that really?
In this house, we obey the laws of thermodynamics.
You can eat pizza, you can eat candies, you can eat cake, you can eat chocolate bars, ice cream, all of this shit. If you burn off, you're not getting fat. Stop making it look like, oh, I just like having pizza with my wife. You're boring. You're fit. You don't do anything fun. You guys know my life. If you knew what I friggin' did in a run of an average week, you wouldn't be thinking anything about, oh, you don't get to live a fun life.
Yeah, how do we reconcile the fact that being the happiest can sometimes mean not being the most optimally healthy version of yourself?
I don't think you need to be optimally healthy. We're talking about not being 25 pounds overweight. Since when is the absence of obesity optimally healthy? Optimally healthy would be not drinking, not partying, not doing recreational drugs, not doing steroids, getting to bed on time every single day would be essentially living like the friggin' Brian Johnson, the vampire, not the Liver King. That would be optimally healthy. Who the fuck wants to do that? I'm talking about living a healthy lifestyle at an ideal body weight. 15% body fat for men, perhaps 25% body fat for women. You really think you have to give up your entire lifestyle in order to achieve averageness? A healthy body fat does not take a lot of work. It does not take a lot of sacrifice. It means you have to stop eating like an asshole and not doing cardio and thinking you can do whatever you want. Grab any kind of fast food, any kind of ice cream, and no, doing that or being able to do that does not make you happier than someone that has actual conscious choices, someone who's conscientious with their diet. When I go into the fridge and I open it and I grab some grapes and strawberries instead of a freaking ice cream sandwich, that doesn't mean I'm not happy.
So you remember when you studied math in college, right? You have to optimize across more than one variable. You've got your abs, joy in your relationships.
Of course. You optimize all variables. I'm not saying you should be 5% body fat. Is this about being 5%? This is not about being a competitive bodybuilder. This is about not being 25 pounds overweight. I never said that people who are professional bodybuilders 1 week out from a show are happier than people who are of average weight. I didn't say that at all. I'm saying healthy weight. Those people, happiest. And even if they're not, they will be. Eventually they will be. Trust me. You're overweight right now and you're thinking, yeah, I'm overweight. Look at me. I can do a backflip. I'm a fat piece of shit and I can still do a backflip. Okay, that's great. You can do a backflip while being overweight. That's very impressive. But understand that it's slowly killing you. Might not be today, might not be tomorrow. But when you're 65, 75, 80, eventually that is going to take its toll.
All these things are different variables in which you're trying to optimize simultaneously, and that means none of them is just for that.
The people who are the happiest are those who are the healthiest. And when you're 25 pounds overweight, you're not your healthiest. Healthy equals happy. If you are healthy, you got 100 problems. Bills to pay, kids to feed, stress at work, you got something to fix outside, you got to take out the garbage. If you don't have your health, you got one problem. One. Nothing else matters. And so if you think that not being healthy is not that important, it doesn't matter, you can be happy and unhealthy. This is cope, it's bullshit. And one day you'll look back on this video and you'll think, growing up and maturing is realizing that Coach Reg was right all along. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like the video if you liked it. Don't forget to watch those 2 bloops. Of course, you can purchase the HDLT supplements as well as AlgorX, enter code Greg. And if you want to get sponsored, you have a large following, we need you. Apply by clicking the link right now. As well, if you want to carry HDLT supplements in your store or in your gym, click the friggin' link. And until next time, I am out.